Las Vegas, the most luxurious city in the world with its dazzling casinos. But behind that glamorous exterior lies a heartbreaking reality. Thousands of homeless people are living in damp tunnels, where they bury food in the cold ground to preserve it. Many others have to sleep in their cars because they cannot afford the increasingly expensive rent. Las Vegas, once dubbed the entertainment capital, has now become a nightmare for those pushed to the fringes of society. This city consistently ranks among the top 10 major US cities for homelessness rates. So, what has caused this situation to become so alarming? In today's document, we will explore the underlying causes of the homeless population explosion in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, a symbol of luxury and allure, a place where people flock to seek fortune and life-changing opportunities. But few know that beneath those dazzling lights lies the terrifying shadow of the homelessness crisis. The underground sewer tunnels, stretching hundreds of kilometers, damp and devoid of light, are home to more than 1,000 nameless people. It's astonishing that more than 72% of the homeless live in underground drainage tunnels. While tourists enjoy the magnificent beauty above ground, beneath them lies a world of despair, where dreams no longer exist. Are you curious why a wealthy city like Las Vegas has fallen into this state? Subscribe to our channel to uncover the deeper reasons behind it. Las Vegas, the sparkling gem in the Nevada desert, USA, has long been globally renowned for its vibrant entertainment scenes, luxurious casinos, and world-class resorts. Often dubbed the city that never sleeps, this is the ideal destination for those who crave excitement, allure, and passion. However, behind that glamorous facade lies a reality that can leave you stunned. In 2024, the number of homeless people in this city surged by 28%, reaching a total of 11,141 individuals without stable housing. Los Angeles also ranks first in the country for the rate of homeless individuals without basic shelter, with 59.9% of the homeless having to live outdoors without any temporary accommodation. Compared to 2020, this number has increased by 27%. Indicating that the problem has not only worsened, but has also become more complex. One thing we can easily notice is that gasoline prices are 30 to 40% higher than the national average, causing many people, even those who work hard for 60 to 70 hours a week, to try to make ends meet. Not only famous for its luxurious resorts, Las Vegas is also one of the cities with the highest levels of economic inequality in the United States. Wealth is primarily concentrated in the hands of a small elite of entertainment and gambling tycoons, while the majority of workers face low wages and rising living costs. Just a small incident like an accident, unemployment, or illness can easily push many people into homelessness. A clearer example is that wealth in Las Vegas is primarily concentrated in the hands of the top 1% of affluent residents, who have accumulated enormous fortunes from the entertainment and gambling industries. This contrast is vividly depicted in every street corner. Luxury residential areas like Summerlin, where the wealthy enjoy lavish villas and top-tier golf courses, are in stark contrast to the downtown and eastern parts of Las Vegas, where housing shortages and poverty are increasingly severe. High-paying jobs are limited to a few sectors, while the vast majority of workers are stuck with low-paying, unstable jobs. The vicious cycle of poverty continues to tighten, pushing thousands of people into hardship. With the reality of average home prices reaching $912,500, much higher than the national average of $375,000, do you know which class is most affected by this crisis? You will be astonished to know this. Adults of working age from 18 to 64 years old make up more than 70% of the homeless population here. But the most shocking fact is this: 72% of the homeless are living in underground drainage tunnels. No, you heard it right. Underground life really exists right in the heart of Las Vegas. When you first arrive in this city, you might be shocked to suddenly see someone crawling out of a manhole on the street. But don't worry, because that's part of daily life here. The dark and damp tunnels, originally designed to channel floodwater, have now become shelters for over 1,000 nameless homeless people. Not stopping there, just imagine, you have no home, you have to live on the streets, and every night you just hope to lay your head on a makeshift corner of the sidewalk. But in Las Vegas, that now means you will be fined $1,000 or face 6 months in jail just for sleeping on the sidewalk. Sounds really unreasonable, doesn't it? This is the reality that thousands of homeless people in the most glamorous city in America are facing. Those who have nothing but a few tattered clothes and a makeshift shelter, now have to choose between being expelled from the streets or going deep underground, a dark refuge filled with rats, cockroaches, and floodwaters. Politicians claim that this decree aims to protect the health and safety of the community. But who is actually being protected? It's heartbreaking that while downtown Las Vegas remains brightly lit at night, welcoming millions of tourists to spend lavishly, the poorest are pushed out of sight. The Las Vegas government announced that it has invested $16 million in homeless support centers. But in reality, many people still cannot get in due to a lack of beds and strict regulations. For them, living under the tunnel is the only option to avoid being fined. Who will stand up to say that the poor need help, not punishment? Who will help them escape the spiral of despair? Or will they forever be forgotten in the dark corners of this glamorous city? How long will the light of justice and compassion shine down on those people who have been pushed to the margins of society? Or will they forever remain shadows that no one wants to see amidst the splendor of Las Vegas? Please like the video and comment below with your opinion to let us know. When it comes to the homeless, many people picture individuals on the sidewalks or residing in makeshift camps and tunnels. However, in Las Vegas, a different picture is gradually emerging. More and more people are being forced to live in their own cars. Along Charleston Boulevard, on the way to Red Rock Canyon, it is not uncommon to encounter a series of RVs, SUVs, and other types of cars parked overnight. Those vehicles are not just means of transportation. They have become temporary shelters for thousands of homeless people. This increase stems from many concerning reasons: a severe shortage of affordable housing, skyrocketing rental prices, and the limited capacity of shelters. Additionally, the curfew regulations at the shelters are not feasible for shift workers, forcing them to seek alternative solutions. Living in a car. A temporary choice, but full of privacy. For many people, the car is not just a shelter, but also provides them with a bit of freedom and privacy. Kathy Thomas, the operations supervisor at the Courtyard Homeless Resource Center, said, "Many families fear that if they step into the shelters, they might be separated from their children. So, they try to hide in their cars, keeping their families intact for as long as possible. People living in their cars can keep more belongings, move easily, and become part of a small, supportive community." Stacy Lockhart, from the organization HopeLink in Southern Nevada, describes, "They are very resourceful and have built their own network. They share tips with each other about safety, parking spots, how to cope with the heat. They look out for each other when we are unable to take care of them. But the downside of this life is also very difficult. However, another aspect is that people living nearby feel uneasy when witnessing the sight of cars parked densely along with the litter left behind. They are concerned about the identity of the people living in the cars and the potential security risks." Dr. Graham Pruss's research from the University of California, San Francisco indicates that people living in their vehicles often do not have access to basic amenities such as public restrooms or trash bins. They are forced to live in public areas where the sanitary conditions are extremely poor. A vague concept recently debated on social media. Homelessness, or a choice of a nomadic lifestyle? Living in a car, is it considered homelessness? This is a controversial question. Some people are not forced by economic circumstances, but choose to live a nomadic lifestyle. Suan Carlson, who has been living in her car since 2009, shared, "I am free to explore nature, travel across America, and meet different people. It is an experience that is both enriching and intellectually stimulating." However, Suan also emphasized that this life requires independence and a high ability to adapt. Camping plans can be disrupted by closed or damaged locations. Flexibility and adaptability are prerequisites for survival in this unique lifestyle. Therefore, the authorities need to implement safe parking programs and long-term support for people living in their cars. This can help them connect with social services without facing barriers related to distance and parking space. Las Vegas, the city of luxury, now faces a sad reality. More and more people have to call their car home. How do you feel about this issue? Let's continue following the shocking stories about this nightmare tunnel. Las Vegas, the perfect diamond in the world of luxury, where the dazzling neon lights shine endlessly. The magnificent casinos and sparkling billboards beckon millions to come and indulge in extravagant pleasures. In 2018 alone, more than 42 million tourists flocked here, spending nearly $5 billion on all-night games. But just 7.6 meters below that world, a completely different reality emerges. A reality filled with despair. In the damp and dark tunnels, thousands of homeless people try to survive. The concrete walls are vividly painted with graffiti and artworks. Although the local authorities have issued a ban on donating food to the homeless, they still have to find ways to sustain themselves with whatever scraps they can salvage. Luxurious items like sausages, old bread, canned fruit, or pasta are treasures they have to search hard to find. Every day that passes, the tunnel residents have to find ways to survive on their own. Despite the city authorities banning food donations, they still rummage to find small morsels, things that others throw away like old sausages, stale bread, canned fruit, or cold pasta. For them, it is a valuable treasure after hours of exhausting rummaging. Craig, a resident of the area, recounted that he had to bury food in the cold ground to preserve it, as it was the only way to keep the food from spoiling too quickly. "The rats and bats are always lurking around everything we manage to get," he sighed. "Living down here, you lose the sense that anything else exists around you. You forget the world outside, forget that you are living underground." Paul Vautrinot, who lived in the tunnels for 3 years, shared, "For many homeless people, these tunnels are not an ideal shelter, but a last resort when they have no other options." Joel, a person who has lived underground for 7 months, said that he has gradually gotten used to this challenging life. "No one feels comfortable when they first come down here. But once you've been through it long enough, you learn how to adapt. In the thick darkness, batteries and generators become the most valuable items, providing rare light, helping them charge their phones, and sometimes powering electric stoves. To combat the floodwaters that surge in whenever it rains heavily, they elevate their beds and furniture on plastic crates, creating makeshift rooms." Philip, a 50-year-old man, believes that this experience has taught him many valuable lessons. People should experience homelessness once to understand the true value of things that seem simple, like clean water, electricity, and a safe bed. Meanwhile, Mr. Orange, a former truck driver, believes that although life under the overpass is very difficult, it has brought him the most genuine relationships. However, what is the limit of endurance? For some people, like Paul, The despair was so deep that he had resigned himself to leaving. Meanwhile, on the ground, the magnificent casinos continue to shine brightly, and tourists still spend money lavishly on entertainment. For the generous gamblers, a few coins given to the homeless are just like a grain of sand in the ocean. But beneath that layer of glamour, the unfortunate people still silently face the darkness, a heartbreaking reality that no one wants to confront. Does Las Vegas just want to maintain a glamorous, dazzling appearance for the elite and tourists? Who will stand up to illuminate these terrifying dark corners? Or will the people under the tunnel forever be sidelined, buried in a world that no one wants to see? The question raises many thought-provoking issues, not only for the people of Las Vegas, but for the entire world. To cope with this nightmare city, investing in social welfare is a crucial foundation to address homelessness and inequality in Los Angeles. Enhancing job opportunities with fair wages will help residents achieve stable incomes, thereby improving their ability to afford essential needs. In addition, it is necessary to strongly develop affordable housing programs and support systems for vulnerable groups such as the homeless, immigrants, and low-income families. These policies not only address the immediate crisis, but also bring long-term stability to the community. Solutions regarding transportation and living costs also play an important role in alleviating the economic pressure on the people. Upgrading and expanding the public transportation system will help reduce travel costs, making it easier for people to access jobs and essential services. In addition, the city needs to implement measures to reduce the cost of living, including controlling housing, food, and healthcare prices. This helps improve people's access to basic services, reducing the risk of falling into poverty and homelessness. Community support and public safety are strategic solutions aimed at maintaining stability and peace in residential areas. The city needs to strengthen cooperation between law enforcement and the community to improve security. Education programs, vocational training, and economic support need to be strongly invested in to help young people stay away from gang violence, while also creating positive development opportunities for the community. Additionally, combating inequality and discrimination is a key task in building a more equitable city. Los Angeles needs to dismantle legal and social barriers, allowing all residents, especially minority groups, to have equal access to public services. Initiatives promoting social equity will help improve the quality of life and eliminate stigma, creating an inclusive environment where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Las Vegas, the city of lights and dreams. For many people, it is an endless nightmare. The homelessness crisis here not only exposes the alarming wealth gap, but also serves as a wake-up call for major cities like Los Angeles and many others around the world. The nameless people underground or in old cars all share a common desire: a stable place, an opportunity to change their lives. To build a more sustainable and equitable future, we need to take action starting today. Raising community awareness and supporting solutions for the homeless is urgent. If you are interested in emotional stories like this, please like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. This video is the first step in exploring this sensitive topic. We encourage you to learn more, share your opinions, and participate in the discussion to create change together. Thank you for your support.